Hello and welcome to this week's Fighting Scots Sports Report. I am Tyler Trumbauer. The women's volleyball team faced off against PSAC West foe Clarion in the first round of the NCAA Atlantic Regional on Thursday in Wheeling, West Virginia. The Scots, who were the 7th seed, were swept by the second seeded Golden Eagles 25-16, 25-10, and 25-22. Boro's largest lead in the entire match was a 3-point one that came in set 3. The Scots finished the season with a 21-13 record with an NCAA appearance, the team's first since 2011. This loss spells the end of the career for two seniors, Haley Merritt and Tabby Meeks. Merritt finishes her career second in Edinboro history and 7th in PSAC in digs. Meeks tallied 960 kills and 871 digs in her career as a Fighting Scot. The cross-country teams traveled to Slippery Rock on Saturday for the Atlantic Regional Meet, an event the women's team won last season.
It was a cold day at Slippery Rock. Sleet was falling, snow was on the course, but the men and women were racing. The men kicked it off first. Matt Link was out early in this one, second going through the trademarked castle at Slippery Rock's course. He would finish 8th behind Elliot Martinkowitz, and Tim McConnell took 18th as the men's team took 3rd as a squad qualifying for nationals. The women's race followed. Casey Jones was out of the gate early and often as she took a commanding lead in this one, as you can see, spacing herself out from the second place runner. She would finish first, taking the Atlantic Regional title. Also, Emma Sullivan, fellow Fighting Scot, was 3rd here and finished 3rd overall. Anna Hosel, Emily Aarons, and Megan Moffitt all with top 20 finishes to help the ladies defend their regional title. Head coach Rick Hammer talked about how proud he was of his women's team.
Well, you know, I'm extremely proud of what they've done. I've just seen them grow tremendously in their confidence and belief in who they are and what they do as athletes over the last year that I've been here. You know, Casey, we've kind of known all along she's one of the best runners in the region, and as a team we've been ranked up front all year. As a coach, to be honest, you're always really nervous until that gun goes off, and boy, those girls gave me a lot of confidence as we were 1 through 3. For a wide portion of that race, we put 5 inside the top 20, which is, I think, pretty impressive, winning the regional title with pretty low score in the low 50 range. So thought they did a great job, and they've just got to continue to do what they've done all year, and it'll be a very good national meet for them.
Both teams finished their 2014 campaigns in Louisville, Kentucky at the NCAA Division II meet on Saturday, December 6th. The basketball teams had their PSAC home openers on Saturday as they welcomed California, Pennsylvania to Macomb Fieldhouse.
Both the Edinboro men's and women's teams came in with undefeated records to Saturday, but that did not stand. The women's game was just out of control. The Cal Vulcans women's team all over the Fighting Scots, who handed them an 80-55 loss last season. The Scots, without returning All-American point guard Val Majeski, just could not handle it. Cal had a double-digit lead for 34 minutes of the game. Anya Freeland just did not have her touch. This Vulcans ran away 76-48 to hand the Scots their first loss of the season. The men's game much more competitive. Will Morrow had 7 points for the Fighting Scots. Henri Wade Chapman was a little far off on the night shooting. But the Scots had it 60-59 at one point late in this game, but the Vulcans were too much down the stretch as they were 9 for 10 from the line to win 69-63.
The ladies return to action on Tuesday when they visit Bloomsburg in a non-conference game, and the men's team hosts Penn State Du Bois on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at Macomb Fieldhouse. That's all for this week and this year. I'd like to thank you for watching and the continuous support. Let's hope 2015 is an even better year for ETV and for Edinboro student athletes. As always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at ETV Sports to stay up to date on all the latest Boro athletic happenings, especially over the break. See you next year.